What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Roxette, and we're returning to Room Service 2001. Thank you to all the folks who've contributed to the Roxette deep dive, some with physical releases, Michaela and Shell, some with material going back to the very beginning, Yun, as well as Phil, who stepped in and provided some material that we're now currently going through. So yes, it is another multifaceted deep dive in terms of not only the contributors, but those who've been here with comments and appreciation and enjoyment from the very beginning. And right now, if you're seeing this on the day that I'm posting it or a few days afterward, you're seeing this on Patreon. So I want to give a shout out to all the Roxers who've made their way over to my Patreon. And in this moment, I'm feeling reasonably confident that at some point you should be seeing this video on YouTube, and it'll still be 2025, probably like early November, meaning currently I'm sort of locked out of my YouTube, but for a ridiculous and I think fraudulent reason, and I'm in the process of appealing that, and I'm reasonably confident I will be successful. So yes, hopefully at some point people are seeing this here on YouTube. And we're continuing through Room Service 2001, and the next track is Make My Head Go Pop. So pop here is sort of an onomatopoeia, like you can hear the sound, but also you get a sense for the physicality of it, and we're hoping this is figurative. And in that regard, I feel like you could take the phrase a couple different ways. Like if someone is driving you mad or is doing things that make you very frustrated or upset, that could make your head go pop in a more negative way. But if someone just overwhelms you or makes you feel very excited or flush with emotion, that could make it feel like your head is about to go pop. So I could see a path to this being a more positive appraisal. And of course, there's no direct reference to someone else, although that is my hypothesis, not necessarily expectation or prediction. But my hypothesis is that this is speaking about the effect on the narrator by another person, a significant other, a love interest, a romantic entanglement. But of course it could just be about life or experiences, and they make the narrator's head feel like, or indeed they make it go pop in actuality. So yeah, I do wonder on the positive-negative scale which direction this song may be headed, and of course it sounds like an experience that is in the moment, but there might be a longer timeline implied or even specified by the song, so I'll try to pick up what I can. This is Roxette, the tune is Make My Head Go Pop, and it's from the 2001 album Room Service.
You make
That's a whole lot of fun. I'm going to try to keep everything in my front view screen here, but there's so many things I want to comment on. At some point, I know I'm going to leave out one or two. But yes, okay, so I'll start sonically. A lot of interesting things happening here, and I feel like this is a track that could have been on Have a Nice Day, because it does have some electronic dance music stylings, but also with some guitar and the pair Anne Marie both on vocals and some dynamic composition. So in a way it feels like almost like a retrospective of their music up to this point. Now, I'm not saying it sounds like, vintage mid-80s Roxette, but there's a touch of that here. There's also a touch of the late 90s, again, Have a Nice Day, especially Roxette, that I get in this one. And then it goes into that, church music choral with organ section, which was very surprising and enjoyable and a bit amusing. And again, there was a line earlier in the song about, some people go to church, but then he was saying he was going to be down by the pool and, looking into the sun and so on. So I feel like maybe there's, a bit of cheeky use of that sonic styling in that section in the back half that may be playing off of a line in the song. But yeah, very dynamic, paired leading with the vocals, but every time Marie comes around for that refrain, it really adds a lot to it, of course, and she's singing with a bit of gusto as well. I enjoy those sections. There were 2 or 3 of them, and I think it was right after Marie's line, where it would strip down very quickly and go into this breakbeat, almost like drum and bass, but a little bit slower, so more breakbeat rhythm, percussive rhythm, and then, the full arrangement would come back in. But yeah, I really enjoyed those sections. That little string riff I absolutely enjoyed. It had the Baroque elegance to it almost. The use of the pop 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 as melodic and rhythmic melisma, I not only very much enjoyed, and again it had a bit of amusement or comedy to it, but it reminded me of Mozart. What is it? Is it the magic flute? I think it's the magic flute, but the Papagena, I don't know if it's an aria or just, it's a song in the larger opera, and they sing with these rapid fire pop onomatopoeias, but it's part of a name. But yeah, it reminded me of that, so there's a bit of a cleverness to the writing, and anytime you make me think about Mozart, you've done something good musically. So yeah, again, I get that even for some of the very devoted fans of Roxette, this phase of their career is not seen as, their best work, and a couple people have commented, in fact I think more than a couple, but that their professional relationship at this point, it was they were both kind of looking elsewhere. They were half in the sack, or however you might express it. But I feel like there's a lot of fun to this one. I feel like it gives me Roxette vibes, including Roxette vibes from some different things they've done up until now. And lyrically, I enjoy it. Lyrically, it does sound like it's much more on the positive end, though again, maybe it's just very intense and almost overwhelming. But I think there was a line specifically "Don't stop making my head go pop" or something to that effect. And again, there was a sitar in there. It was very subtle. It was just one plucked chord or string, but it did come around a few times, and it sounded not like a plucked violin or a plucked guitar, but it really did sound like a sitar. And yeah, it sounds like the essence of some of the lines was that people might be looking here, people might be looking there, or deriving sort of psycho-emotional enrichment or intensity from these different places. But for me, it's all about you, and whether I'm in a dream or whether I'm here or there, I don't want you to stop making my head go pop. So it sounds excited, it sounds positive, and it does sound intense, but not in a bad way. And it sounds making reference to some different visuals and settings. But for the narrator, it's all about the other person, I think. So let me know if I'm mishearing some of that, or if I, got a wrong sense of where the lyrics are headed. But yeah, it did seem, once again, to be a very good thing that their head is going pop. And yeah, again, a fun tune, a tune with some cool sonic elements, and I like the way it all plays out chronologically or in sequence. So while this might not be everyone's favorite Roxette album, I continue to enjoy the different stops along the way, and so far I'm having fun with this album. So yes, a good sign. Do let me know what you think, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.